Good morning, Tuesday, May 19th. I'm Alex with Main Street Briefing. Today, an SBA rule change critics say lets predatory lenders cash in. Late payments squeeze cash flow harder than ever, and merchants ask a judge to throw out the Visa MasterCard swipe fee deal. 3 stories, 5 minutes, done. First up, the SBA quietly changed a rule, and lawmakers are pushing back. American Banker reported this month that the Small Business Administration reversed a long-standing restriction that prevented owners holding merchant cash advances from refinancing those balances into government-backed SBA 7A loans. Merchant cash advances are not technically loans. They're sales of future receivables, and they routinely carry de facto rates above 100% annually. Tariff-driven price shocks drove a wave of small business owners into these products over the last year because banks tightened underwriting and cash flow gaps had to be plugged somehow. Senate Democrats sent a letter calling the rule change a green light for predatory financing, arguing it tells lenders the SBA will clean up the back end. SBA officials counter that the refinance gives owners a path out of triple-digit rate debt and into a federally guaranteed product at around 7%. Both can be true. If you took a merchant cash advance in the last 18 months and you're still servicing it, the SBA refi path is now technically open through a participating 7A lender. You'll need clean books and a paper trail. What to watch? Ask one SBA preferred lender this week in writing whether they'll underwrite an MCA refinance under the new rule and exactly what documentation they require. Story 2, the late payment problem just got measured again. Bluevine's February 2026 survey of more than 1,000 small business owners landed this month. Nearly 3 in 10 owners said they delayed paying themselves because customers paid late. Intuit QuickBooks' separate report this year found 56% of small businesses are owed money from unpaid invoices, with the average outstanding balance at $17,500 per business. 47% reported a portion of invoices overdue by more than 30 days. The cash flow effect compounds. Roughly 1 in 6 small employers reported they missed or nearly missed payroll because of a late-paying customer. The annual cost across all small businesses runs about $40,000 per company on average. Nearly 70% of owners said they tapped personal savings or took on debt to cover the gap. None of this is new. What changed is the leverage. With tariffs on landed cost, hot services inflation, and the smallest firms shedding jobs, you cannot carry the same receivables float you carried a year ago. What to watch? Pull every invoice over 30 days outstanding by Friday, send a written collection letter to anyone over 45 days, and put a credit hold on anyone over 60 before the next order ships. Story 3, merchants are asking a federal judge to throw out the Visa and MasterCard swipe fee settlement. 5 consumer and small business advocacy groups filed objections this month to the proposed $200 billion antitrust settlement announced in November. Under the proposal, Visa and MasterCard would lower credit interchange rates by 0.1 of a percentage point for 5 years, cap standard consumer card rates at 1.25% for 8 years, and let merchants decline certain higher cost cards or surcharge them. The National Retail Federation called the relief, quote, a drop in the bucket on swipe fees that currently run 2 to 2.5% and total more than $170 billion a year across the U.S. economy. The judge in the Eastern District of New York has not ruled. Whether the settlement survives or gets rejected, 2 damages trials are already scheduled: April 2027 in New York and September 2027 in Chicago, led by Grubhub. For small merchants, this is your cost stack. Every basis point on interchange is direct margin. What to watch? Get a fresh quote from one alternate payment processor this week to benchmark your current effective rate and start tracking your daily interchange line in your books as its own number, not buried in fees. That's Tuesday. 3 stories: an SBA rule shift on cash advances, the late payment squeeze, and merchants pushing back on swipe fees. I'm Alex. Catch you tomorrow with 3 fresh stories. 5 minutes, done.